𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥なんですよ、ね。
ビールおかわり。
いや、人間。
なんともないっす。よ
かったー。
あと、もうお腹に子供いるし。いやー、まさかできるとは思わなかったよね。
なんともないっす。
ほんとごめんね。
いいっす。
My friends, much better episode of Call the Night, and thank God. I wanted to dispel a couple of things. I think last week and the week before, I've been a little bit harsh on Call the Night, but I definitely want to make sure that for anybody who is still giving me time, because I understand sometimes my commentary can be harsh, I want to remind everybody of two things. First, well, three things. Number one, thank you so much for clicking on any of my videos, any of the weeks, right? You don't have to give me one moment of your time, but you do. And my appreciation for that is through the roof. Just so you guys know, I barely make any money off of my anime YouTube channel. Honestly, most of the money I make on YouTube whatsoever comes from my gaming channel. There I make a few $100s a month, from my gaming. In my anime channel, I make like $50, if even. Sometimes a little more, sometimes, most times a little less. So I genuinely want to say thank you guys so much for watching my content and giving me time. I do it just because I love talking about anime. Not necessarily because of some kind of monetary reason. Hopefully, I cross fingers, hopefully one day the channel blows up and I'm able to do better, and it'd be nice to make more money off of it, because then I could spend a little more time making different kinds of videos. But for now, I love reviewing animes, and that's what is my jazz. So just, thank you guys so much for watching any of my content, especially Call of the Night, whether you came over from season 1 and now you're in season 2, whatever the case is. Number 2, I want to make sure everyone understands I love Call of the Night. I think it's awesome. It was one of my favorite new anime. I think it came out the first season in 2021, I think it was. So it's been like 3 or 4 years. But it was one of the first blush as I kind of really got deep into anime. Anime's always been on my rotation, and I've always really watched a lot of anime. But, and this may not surprise nobody, I typically watch a lot of older anime most of the time. Like, I really didn't even discover 𝐜𝐴 until like 2019 or 2018 or something like that. And that's just one stupid example. But like, I really didn't discover new anime the way I do now until I started the channel when it came to seasonal stuff. And now I watch all seasonal stuff, but it didn't used to be that way. I would really just be very very specific and very picky. And then I would just go back and watch a lot of legacy anime, a lot of 90s anime, early 2000s anime. And then much like a lot of you guys, I had a big plethora of just anime that are just always rewatched. And apparently that's like an ADHD thing, and I never really realized it, but that's just one of the things that I have a lot of comfort anime that I watch. But there was a lot of seasonal anime that I would kind of catch up on, but I never watched the way I do now. But Call of the Night was one of those ones that I never realized anime could be that beautiful, and it still is, and I think it's just a art masterpiece. 3, I'm still enjoying season 2. I just think that it is going a little too deep into some of the nuances of vampires, and what it's doing for me personally, and I know there's someone out there that's doing this too, because like with everything, any opinion, any feeling, there's someone else that shares that same feeling, or at least a sentiment of it. But for me, as they go deeper into the vampire lore, it's skewing to silly. And I don't think I needed them to actually go that deep, into Cababra and the way she became, and her obsession with Haru, now Nazuna, and yes, it provides color to the side characters and stuff, but I think if they just kind of honed in and just continued to just focus on Nazuna and 𝐜𝐴 and their relationship and kind of how he's discovering love, and then they just sprinkled the 1 or 2 human characters and the 1 or 2 vampires here and there, I think that is enough. But when they kind of skew towards the other characters, it's either going to work or not. And for me, I'm in that not camp. Now, with this episode, I do think it was really good, but finding out about how Nazuna's origin story and how she's the first birth or the first vampire, not the first, but she is a vampire human hybrid baby. That now answers a few questions, which is one, vampires can apparently have babies still. Two, this episode I realized vampires can still get drunk. Makes no sense to me, but they can obviously outdrink normal humans because of whatever functions that they have. And this Haru person still exists somewhere. She just kind of pieced out on Cababra and her baby, and for whatever reason, I guess she's gonna go play house with the guy that she was with. It's very unclear there. And it's also unclear how she just left her in her apartment, and I guess Cabra's been fronting that bill for a while, and now Nazuna does. Kind of unclear there too. But this episode, though, it is a little silly. I will say that she was popped out as a full-grown vampire. She was born in her current form. Every other vampire, Twilight, and other things. I think even Underworld, you know, if you guys ever watch Underworld, Kate Beckinsale, you guys should watch that. Whether you're a man or woman, you can appreciate the fine wineness of her. Every baby that I've seen has always been a baby still. So the fact that she was born a full-grown adult, how did you come out of her? Lots of questions with that, and I was like, that is a little silly. What's not silly is Cababra, you know, playing the mom role and having a lot of affection for her and teaching her her first words and teaching her how to be a vampire and a human at the same time and be functioning and all that. That's not silly. That's very endearing and very cute, and I like that. I like the color that it put on Cababra because 𝐜𝐴 figured it out a little bit later, but that's the way she looks. She looks at Nazuna two ways. She looks, one, affectionately like a mother, and two, she gets a hard-on for her because of she looks just like Haru. So it's twofold. The very two feelings that should really never mix, but they are. So it is interesting, but I think I just don't adult Nazuna just I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. It just is what it is. I just don't like it. So I will say that for sure. But I like everything else. I think this proves that her and 𝐜𝐴 are closer. This shows that 𝐜𝐴's first love is gonna continue to be Nazuna, you know, and the show hopefully skews back to them and just kind of has them, you know, kind of discover love together. We also found out that she's, you know, she hasn't turned anybody. So 𝐜𝐴's gonna be the first one. That she ever like really turns, and that is love, and she wasn't birthed, you know, she's not a vampire in the traditional sense. So as 𝐜𝐴, you know, as 𝐜𝐴's gonna discover love for the first time, so is Nazuna with each other. The only thing that I'm worried about is the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Anko that's going to introduce some kind of like turmoil to the show. Like, again, I don't know if I necessarily need that. Because I'm satisfied with the show being about 𝐜𝐴 and, you know, 𝐜𝐴 and Nazuna. So, yeah. Anyways, I think this episode was pretty good. I give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I like seeing Cababra and the way that she was kind of handling Nazuna, and she got, you know, she whipped her hair back and forth, and she got all, you know, hot and bothered by it. I thought that was really funny. So, yeah, good episode. With some, you know, good episode, but definitely with some feedback to it. All right, friends. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Have a good weekend.